Good morning, Makle. Hope you all are fine. And today we are going to start a new lesson from our grammar textbook. And it's simple present tense and present continuous tense. It comes under the topic tenses. So what do you mean by tenses? It denotes time. It talks about action. That means when an action is happening. Whether it has happened in the past or it's happening now or it is going to happen in the future. All these actions are denoted by tenses. So, tenses നമ്മളെ എപ്പോൾ ഒരു action നടക്കുന്നു അതിനെപ്പറ്റി പറഞ്ഞു തരുന്നു. And there are 12 forms of tenses. Out of that, the simple present tense is the base of all the tenses. And today I am going to teach you the 4 ways to use simple present tense. Where and all these simple present tense are used. So, the first, it is used in habits and routines. Second is permanent situation. Third is general facts. And the fourth is state with state verbs. Now, all the tenses, it is formed by adding verb to the subject. That means subject plus verb. And so, here I am going to use the example, I drink. And let us complete this sentence by adding, I drink milk every morning. Before that, I would like to say that in simple present tense, with the verb, we will be adding s, es or ies. Okay, Makle? So now, let us move with the example. I drink milk every morning. Now, this is an action that is repeated. Okay? In simple present tense or in simple present tense, we talk about repeated action. Now, when I say I drink milk every morning, that means it is an action that is repeated. I'm drinking today morning, tomorrow morning, the next day morning. So, it is a repeated action. And that repeated action, it becomes a habit. And in such cases, we use simple present tense. Okay? The repeated action that becomes a habit is used with the simple present tense. Now, here I have given more examples to make it clear how we change verb with the subject. She drinks milk every morning. They drink milk every morning. See the word drink in all these cases. It has changed. To understand this, how this change has come, just look at this. Plural and singular verb. Now, verbs are divided into plural and singular verb. Plural verb is also known as base form of the verb. See over here, we got the verb drink. And singular is drinks. Teach, teaches. Fly, flies. So, that's why I said the simple present tense is formed by adding the verb as, es and ies to it. The same way, let us take the other example. George visits his parents on weekends. Now, that is the routine that George is following. That he visits his parents on weekends. So, George is a name and it's singular. So, we have used the singular verb. Okay. So, in all these situations, the actions are repeated and it becomes a part of their habits. So, we use simple present tense in this case. The next one that we are going to talk is permanent situation. Okay. Permanent situation. Let me explain with an example. Suppose I say, my brother lives in London. It means that he started living somewhere in the past. Okay. Either some in the past, he started living over there. He's living now, right now also over there. He's going to continue living over there. It has become his home. Okay. So, he lives in London. Please, in the simple present tense. Now, here it is in the form of simple present tense. But if you say, my brother is living in London, the meaning changes. It shows that he is going to live there only for temporary. That means he can go away from there after some time. Whereas in this case, here we are talking about permanent situation. That is why simple present tense in the permanent situation. Here also, my brother, singular, and we use singular verb. And the example is, Jack learns French. That means he has learned something. He is not going to forget it. That is with him. He will be using it. So, this is also permanent situation. The next example, Leda teaches English. Now, Leda is a teacher and her subject is English. So, she teaches English. Okay. So, that is also permanent. She will be teaching in future also English. It is a permanent situation. In all these cases, here it is used simple present tense. Now, the next use of simple present tense is talking about general facts. That means facts that are always true about the world. That they remain always unchangeable. World is a proven fact which we cannot change. Namukku change cheyan pattathilla. You and me cannot change it. They remain always true. For example, the sun rises in the east. We all know, the sun rises in the east. It doesn't rise in the west. Similarly, birds fly. It's a fact about bird. Birds fly. So it is a proven fact. Then 2 plus 2 equals 4. When we add 2 and 2, what it comes? Equals 4. So all these are general facts which are proven about the world. And they do not change. They remain permanent. Makkale, in this case also it is permanent. And I used, if you remember, I used in the permanent situation also, I said that the actions remain same or they do not change. But the small difference is that they are personal and this is general about the world. Hope you understood that part. The next that we are going to deal is about state. That means how can we use simple present tense with state verbs. Now what do you mean by state verbs? That means verbs. Verbs in one action manner. So in this verb, these are also verbs, but they have no action. That means, for example, drink and play. They are action verbs. Okay, we can act it. They are action verbs. And these verbs, they have a starting point. They can be continued and there is a finishing point. So, with these verbs, action verbs, ing use here. We can use ing verb with the action verbs. But remember kids, with the state verbs, we cannot use ing form. Let's understand that with an example. State verbs, verbs with no action. For example, wants, like, likes, seem, seems, appear, believes. All these are state verbs. Here is an example. I want ice cream. Now suppose I'm here and I'm saying you, I want ice cream at present. Now if you remember, I used in the beginning one example. I drink milk every morning. This is habit, right? That means every morning I'm drinking. So I drink milk. So it's in my habit. And in the next case, suppose I'm drinking it now, right now. I will say, I am drinking milk or I am drinking milk now. That it is an action at the present. Here also, I want ice cream. I said that it is also at the present. I'm asking, I want ice cream. But in this way, we cannot use over here. I cannot say, I am wanting ice cream. Even though it is an action at the present, we cannot use ing with the state verb. I believe now that you have understood all these 4 situations where we can use simple present tense. The next that we are going to learn is about present continuous tense. The next that we are going to talk is about present continuous tense. Now what do we mean by present continuous tense? Actions that happen around the time of speaking and the situations that are temporary, and the situations can be temporary. That means action at the time of speaking. Ipo സംസാരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ ചുറ്റും നടക്കുന്ന whatever is happening around us, all those actions are taught using the present continuous tense. Here, see the example over here. See, with present continuous tense, we have the subject and subject plus verb. And the verb, the helping verb we have am, is, are plus ing form of the verb. Suppose the subject is she, then we write she is writing. Our verb is writing. So she is singular and we have used the singular verb is. Okay, subject is singular, verb is singular plus ing form of the verb. Similarly, they means plural, we have used the plural form of helping verb, and writing, we have used the main verb ing. And here, along with I, we use am. So, I am writing. So, this is the explanation for present continuous tense. Hope you all have understood this much part of our lesson. The next thing that they are talking is about the change of the spelling regarding the simple present tense and present continuous tense. So let's see that. I want all of you to look at the textbook. Next, we are going to see the change in spelling of the verbs. So first we'll go with the simple present tense. So words ending, verb words which ends in y, it changes to ies. That means you have to remove the y and add ies to it. Supply y, then change it and add ies to it. Then we have words ends with s, double s, ch, sh, x or z. Okay, that you have to add es to it. See, box, it is with x, then you are adding es to it. Then we have ends in o, words that are ending in o, like in the case of echo. Then you have to keep the o over there, then add es to it, then it will become echoes. Then the words that ends with ay, ey, oy, uy. Then you just have to keep it over there like that and just add s to it, as in the case of play. Play is a word which ends in ay. So s to it. Then ends in double o, as in the case of zoo. You just have to add s to it, like zoos. Okay. Then we'll move with the present continuous tense, how to change the spelling for the verbs regarding present continuous tense. So here, consonant following short vowel. See here, consonant is there, rub. Okay, R-U-B. There's a last word is a consonant and it has a short vowel before it. Then in that case, if there is a short vowel before it, U is a vowel, then you have to double the consonant. R-U-B-B-I-N-G. Double the consonant last letter and add ing to it. The next one is the final consonant is double after stressed syllable. See, stress in a syllable. See for example, refer. So, that we are stressing it. So, after that, if the final consonant, if the final letter is a consonant and it is a stressed syllable, then that last letter will be doubled and you have to add ing to it. Okay, last letter double out and ing add here. The next one is ending with l, double it. That means the word that ends in with the letter L, like in the case of travel. Travel in a walk, it's ending with its spelling on L. So, angana vannal, you have to double that L and add ing to it. The last one, we have end in E. The words that end in E. Okay. You have to drop it. അത് മാറ്റിയിട്ട് അവിടെ എന്ത് ആഡ് ചെയ്യണം? ing. As in the case of bite. B-I-T-E. It is ending in E. So you have to drop it. അത് മാറ്റണം. And you have to just add ing to it. So these are some of the rules for changing the spelling when you use it in simple present tense and present continuous tense. Hope you all have understood this much of our portion. So these are some of the examples to change. So these are some of the rules that are used for changing the verbs in simple present tense and present continuous tense. Hope you all have understood this much part of the portion. So these are some of the rules for understanding or for changing the spellings of the verbs in regards to simple present tense and present continuous tense. So makle, go through all these rules and whatever the portions that we have taken today. Until our next class, have a nice day. God bless you. Thank you.